Welcome to
Stays Crunchy and Milk.
If you have questions or comments, we have multiple ways we can be reached. Twitter is, of course, the best way for those that need instant gratification. And the show's Twitter feed is at SkimPod, SKIMPOD.
Stays Crunchy.
For the more patient amongst you, the email address for the show is podcast@stayscrunchyandmilk.com. Crunchy again being spelled with a K.
Crunchy.
Hey, feel free to give us a call at 216-264-6311. That's 216-264-6311.
Stays Crunchy and Milk.
We're available by Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, Spotify, Stitcher Radio, anywhere fine podcasts are available. And of course, it's the website, stayscrunchyandmilk.com. Please rate, review, subscribe, and share wherever possible, including on YouTube, where we can now be found at Stays Crunchy. And over on Twitch, we're still Stays Crunchy and Milk. Our personal Twitters are
Tatum216,
Lunchbox2099.
And I'm your host, the internet's Tayrel713.
Stays Crunchy. Stays Crunchy. Stays Crunchy. Stays Crunchy. Stays Crunchy. Stays Crunchy.
From the womb to the tomb, a hot pot, a jar, and a spoon, trying to make me 40,000 and move. Motel star-studded rock stars and goons. Plain clothes want to run in my room. But nigga, guess who's Bizak? It's your boy Face Mob. Started with the 8-ball. Gotta get this cake, dog. Give niggas a break, nah. You know how the game go. Fuck you think I slang for to go against the grain? No. I'm out there on grind mode. Wrapped up in this paper chase. I want to fuck a fine hoe and candy paint the 88. Don't got no wholesale cause that ain't how I want to run it. Here, take these 5 stones and bring a nigga back 100. Gotta set my feet, dude. You do shit a fiend do. The fire get too hot in the kitchen, I hit the streets, fool. Money is an issue. And that's on the for shizzle, my nizzle. Your block warm and I come by with the fizzle. And make for sure I got to work mines, a car at a time. We go to war and you ain't making a dime. Ha ha. Guess I got shit to lose. Nigga out here paying his dues. My baby walking, gotta buy him some shoes. It's a new game brewing. Let me give you the rules. Get out the line and I'ma give you the blues. It's a new day going. Let me give you the rules. Get out of line and I'ma give you the rules. Forgive me, the blues. But hey, what's up, people? Stay Scratch Your Milk. It's episode 481. We are not rocking Oliver cables around here. I am your host, the internet Tayrel713. Is joined as always by my best friends. It's Tatum216.
good evening.
It's the homie Lunchbox 2099.
It's not that I want to say goodbye. It's just that every time you try to tell me, that you love me, each and every single day, I know I'm going to have to eventually give you away. And though my love is rare, and though my love is true, yet I am just scared that we may fall through. Yeah. I'm like a bird.
I'm like a bird. Natty Furtado.
Nailed it.
Yeah, your boy. Yeah. Man, what happened to Natty Furtado, bro?
She still around?
She's still out there making some songs.
I haven't heard anything from her since like that Promiscuous Girl album.
Yeah. Man, I just saw the replay of Spider throwing that ball at that motherfucker. Man, listen, I'm with him. I would have threw that ball at his bitch ass tail. I probably would have kicked him myself. I could never be a professional ball player. Man, maybe, who knows, maybe years of training and high caliber sports and shit teaches you to like try to keep your shit in check. But motherfucker, you like the guy dealt with. Yeah, you're right. This is pretty bench crawling and they getting in the crowd, coaches shoving.
Yeah.
I love they had this camera right here. This camera is sitting right here like, oh, don't worry. We got y'all from multiple angles.
Well, it was funny watching, listening to Reggie Miller try and talk through it like the dude didn't mean to do it. But I'm just like, dude, he's on the ground. When you're going to get up, you don't swing your arm wildly in the air behind you to try and stand up. That dude was trying to punch Donovan.
Correct. So... That's.
I'll be honest, it don't matter really because Donovan was playing like shit anyway. So,
hey.
I say that because I think he re-injured his groin again in the near halftime. Because when you watch the third quarter, he couldn't run. He's he was jogging around the court like someone who had to take a shit. Like he didn't have fluid motion. So like he's out there not able to do anything.
Flustered.
Like he was out there running, not able to do like what he normally does, and he's breaking everything. So like, yeah, it sucks that happened, and he's probably gonna get a fine and maybe a suspension for a game. But like, let's be honest, he probably won't go play that game anyway because the dude's hurt.
Yeah. So just let him get some take advantage.
Quote unquote,
the needed time
let
off.
him know.
So he probably was getting flustered from all of that. That probably just added to it, dude. Hitting him in the nuts.
That dude is the same dude who got into it with Shannon Sharp at that Lakers Grizzlies game like a week and a half ago.
Yeah, so fuck that dude.
I mean, like, I don't hear it because, like, it's not like I go around listening to sound bites from all the games. But lately, it's like multiple shows. The talk on the shows has been that the Grizzlies talk too much trash for a team that hasn't done anything.
Yeah.
So, like, all these dudes got, like, attitudes, and they play really aggressive. And, you know, I can see, like, them getting under people's skin, especially when you punch a dude in the dick. And I know that's an early dick reference on the show. I'm sorry, April, but like, I can't. It's accurate to the situation. That dude got punched in the dick.
So, but we probably said it like 5 times already.
No, that's actually the first time we said what happened. I just said I would have had to hit a motherfucker with a ball too.
No, Dan, I think Dan said it to begin the first one.
Yeah, but that was when we weren't recording yet.
Oh, okay. See?
So yeah, he good. He cleared. That was your first one of the show.
Yeah. No, that was the third one of the show. He said it 3 times.
Well, now, yeah. Now that we're keeping track. Now it's like, now that I'm aware of it, I can't not say it.
Just keep it.
Well, you haven't?
A dick. Yeah, well, keeping a dick tally is the title of your show. Here, 6 minutes into this production. Oh man, I think this week's title, which mind you is just an erotic thriller, is the show that went up today. It's getting all kinds of people trying to attempt to view it or viewing it on YouTube, though it's just the audio. So I know what it is. They go into it hoping for more, and then they're like, "This ain't what I thought this was going to be." But they're doing it by the multitudes. Which makes me chuckle. Also, here now, this is my own personal TikTok situation. My son sends me late last night a couple of videos of somebody cutting up their copy of the Magna Carta Holy Grail to remove the postcard record that's in there.
Mm-hmm.
If you know me, fuck with me, you know my TikTok. I did that already because as always, we're always ahead of everybody else. But what's funny is that video is starting to get a little burned on TikTok now because I'm certain they're looking for the other one and or that one. My video must come up along with that one. Like, you know, sometimes you go search them on TikTok, they'll be right next to each other.
Mm-hmm.
So now I got another. It's not giant, nothing like that there, but it's like it's been there for ever. And all of a sudden, it's getting likes and people are like, "Oh, what's the name of it? What's that?" Blah blah blah. And I'm like, "Oh," and people commenting on it.
It's getting kind of hectic.
Yep. It's over a year old. I didn't even know it was that long. We were 122.22. So now it's getting some burn, and I'm like, "Okay, enjoy, thank you."
Okay, I did. I had to pull the trigger on a phone today, but I didn't have to.
Okay,
but
you said it was getting to that point.
Yeah.
So you was walking up there anyway.
Yeah, like this morning I woke up and my phone was on the charge and it was on one. No, yesterday it was at 1%. Like I had, like it was, no moving. And then this morning it was on 24, and it was plugged up all night. So, I end up getting the Samsung 23 Plus.
Okay. Now, what made you go with that over the Pixel?
Well, I was gonna get the Pixel, but then
I know that's why I'm asking.
I was gonna get it, but then it was just like I thought about all the music I was gonna lose.
Why would you lose music?
Because like it'll transfer over to Samsung Play, but it was not going to transfer over to. I mean, it would transfer over to Samsung Music because I've always had a Samsung phone, but it's not going to like Google Music is something different. Like their music
Oh,
player is their music player used to be just a music player on your phone, but then it's just
yeah.
like it's part of Google Play now, and that's not great. That's one reason.
Uh,
Two reason is it would only cost me like $4 more a month for the Samsung phone, and
okay.
it's brand new. Like it's not even out yet. It was just the pre-order, and then I'd have
Okay.
got more memory, um, like 512 instead of 256 MB.
Okay.
Um, and like I said, and if I probably would have got the Google phone, I might have got the standard 7, not the 7 Plus,
Okay.
because that one is they were saying there's not so much more of a difference for you to get the Plus than the regular when it comes to the Google phone. Like it's
Okay.
not worth $300 more. Like it's good. It's a great phone, but
It ain't $300
yeah,
good.
I mean it like for example, if there was no regular 7, then
Yeah.
you're getting a great phone. But it's like there's not that much of a difference between the 7 and the 7 Plus. So, and I was just like, this phone is coming out. Because I was wondering why the last couple of days they had took all the old except the standard S22 off. Like they
Yeah.
had took all the phones off when I was looking every day. And then last night they put it up, and then everything crashed, and you couldn't do anything. So I called this morning and pulled the trigger.
How long ago before it arrives?
I think like the 17th or something like that.
That's not too bad. So, right now. Oh, goodness. You got to start backing everything up. That way you good to go.
Um, you know what? I probably should get like, especially because this phone doesn't have a It's not, this would be my first phone without expandable memory in it.
Yeah.
Um,
So you got to take what you got. Yeah, that's real. And let me tell you something, man. So I mean, just you know it already, but then you don't know it till you start really doing it, man. Everything we shoot now is in 4K, and it just take up so much space. Just your basic little videos, your stories and shit like that. There, and I mean, it's just like Jesus Christ, bro. Like, who knew? You know what I'm saying,
yeah, that sucks. And it's funny because they're making all these new phones like without memory in them, and then the phones that still have memory are the phones like, come on, baby, give me a try. Come on, I still
yeah,
got expandable
yeah,
memory. And I was strongly thinking about getting this TCL phone, which I mean, honestly, I could just buy it outright. I probably could just buy it and check it out. It's
yeah.
called the TCL Stylus, and the two things that kind of turned me off were they were saying the build of it, like the build is nice, but it's not great. Like everything is pretty much plastic and stuff like that. And then the screen, they were saying like the screen brightness is not that great.
Uh, what I noticed about that Samsung, and I was looking at the CNET review of it. Is they did it's a glass back on that one, so very similar to the more recent iPhones. And I was like, okay, so everybody is we switching over to glass again? Are we getting rid of the metal? And I guess so. I don't know,
Yeah, that
but
sucks. I didn't
what color did you go with?
green.
Yeah, I like that. That frosted green one is very nice, man. It has a very nice little vibe to it. So I like the way it looked.
Yeah.
Matters not to you, but I dig it.
Well, it's nice knowing we probably would have picked the same one if it came down to it.
Yeah, for sure, for sure. So hey, man, but you know what it is, man. Let's get into it. No news this week. I just wasn't feeling nothing. So I was like, nothing worked.
I'm not gonna read the article, but we could talk a little bit about in Cleveland Heights that guy who went to court about him having the pizza oven in his backyard.
I considered it, and I was just like, but basically, a guy had a pizza of his backyard. His neighbors sued him for pollution or whatever. They were talking about the smoke was an issue. And I mean, they took that shit all the way to trial. Take that bitch to trial. Take that bitch. 8-person jury, which is just bonkers to me that you had to take this to a jury trial. I couldn't believe it. Well, I mean, that's probably the smarter play. Let it rather be judged by 12 and care
I
about
was shocked
6.
that the shit went 4 days.
Let that.
Yeah,
Well, you gotta present evidence, and everybody gotta talk their shit.
I was strongly considering going to Cleveland Heights Court today to sit in on the trial. I was so close to doing it, so close as stretching it. But I thought about it more than once.
Yeah, for sure. Well, anyway, that gentleman won today, and he was like, "Nah, you ain't polluting. They bullshit. Wind blows sometimes, and it's gonna blow smoke sometimes. It's just like a barbecue. It's no worse or better than anything else. It's basically what the jury decided, and that's real, So
Yeah, that's one of my dreams, to build a pizza oven in the backyard.
you got so much space backyard. I realize that's not your that's not the permanent homestead, but I mean it's the current homestead. So
Yeah, like if I had like a couple years ago, an extra $30,000 rolling
you
around.
think like all that to build a pizza oven?
I would do the whole backyard. I would do more than just.
Oh, you would just hook that shit.
Yeah.
Okay, word life. All right. Well, yeah, I can't be. Yeah, can't even knock the hustle, bro.
Yeah, I would love to make me some fresh focaccia back there in the backyard.
Focaccia. Shift your oils and your finger in your dough. You know what I'm saying? My fingers in the pie. That's what it is.
If you got if you guys could do anything special to your backyard, what would it be?
Probably have one.
Okay, yeah.
You've been to back here?
No, I've never been back there because I know you always had neighbors back there.
It is a postage stamp of a nothing, of a yard situation. It is worthless. Here's the deal. I'm a rent. My guys here are owners, but I'm still a renter. And I don't think that's ever going to change. Who knows? I mean, unless I come up on some dough. But let's say I did come up on some dough. One, I'd probably buy this house because I like it enough to I would probably just buy it. I don't know if I'd live here forever, but I'd probably buy this house and do a lot of repurposing. Like I'll pull the garage up. I'll probably hack off the entire back, you know what I'm saying, where my neighbors live. Just all that gone. Or, well, maybe, I don't know, probably gone. But then I don't know, I could probably keep it. The kids can live there, but whatever. And then all that will remain could become a yard. And so I'm like, oh, that'd be dope. That's basically what I would do. You know what I'm saying? Pull the garage forward by, the length of the apartments back there. And I think that would be kind of glorious if I could do that. The house I want, like the house, you got dollars and if you can buy anything, it's a house down away from me at the end of the street, and it's right looking out over the lake, and it's just gorgeous. And it's all the house is back far enough where it's in theory it shouldn't fall off for a few hundred years, and it's this yard up into the fence, and then of course it's a cliff in the lake, and I'm like, that spot is so well placed because if you go right there to that corner, it's you can see straight downtown, looking this way, straight over the lake this way, and I'm just yeah, that's if I would if I had to though, want to stay in Ohio, all these things you have to tick off the list first to get there. That spot right there, I have to show you that one day when you're around the way. We'll just do a little ride out, and you'll be like, okay, you can see why I think so highly of that particular crib.
Look it up on Zillow.
Can I do that?
Yeah.
How does one do that? Tell me what I'm doing.
Okay, so you can go to Zillow. If you know the street, you could probably find the address, and then you find the address, and then it should have all the specs on Zillow.
Having it live, people. Uh-huh.
All right, what Tia's looking at what improvements would you make to your backyard, Dan?
I would want a sitting area. I have the fire pit in the middle of the yard, but if I had to do it all over again, I'd want to kind of tear out the little stone area that the previous owner had back there, and maybe put I don't know, a deck. I don't think would work because I don't have a back door on the back of the house. I have a side door and a front door. So I think a deck would be a little weird without a back door like attached to it. But I would
Yeah, but
like
your dining room is perfect for. I mean, since we just playing around with fake money, um, your like right in your dining room area, like that would be if you're gonna put a deck there, that would be a nice place to put some nice French doors right there.
yeah, like take that wall out with that window and like put some doors there.
Yeah,
I would want like a deck with like one of those like propane fire pits and like some like patio furniture.
yeah.
Have a nice little sitting area out there.
And I know this isn't my backyard, but if we dreaming some more, I think your backyard is perfect for like one of those garages with a mother-in-law suite on top of it. Like I feel like because it's far away enough from the house, but not close to the house. I mean, not that far. If you could build up, that would be a great place to put a mother-in-law suite.
Yeah, like there'd be a lot of potential
Okay,
for
so
someone if they wanted to like tear that garage down and redo it.
Yeah.
I have found this house on Zillow, but this is not what this house looked like no more.
Okay.
This house ain't even there no more. I think they tore this down and built on this land. But I will at least
Okay.
like I said, this it looks nothing like this. So I think I'm almost positive this particular property that was there has been torn down and replaced. And because they were building over there for a while. And like I said, it looks nothing like this, but I will pull it up. How do I just share the fucking give me the damn is there a link I can use? Share. There it is. There's a whole share button right there.
Mm-hmm.
Get shareable link. All right. And I will put that in the chat here. Like I said, it don't look nothing like that, but its location is I guess the most important little bet here.
Okay.
Yeah, this old. Like I said, the fencing don't look like this is not even fenced in like this. None of this house look like this. The area don't look like this. None of this is what it looked like anymore.
Yeah, but
It's
the view is the
interesting
same.
yeah, it's interesting that it looked like this. Like I said, they have torn this all down. All of this is gone, every bit of it, and it has rebuilt it. But that corner is that lot is just still where it is at.
I remember, before we stopped working in the office, Dan was saying that one of his coworkers, one of the older ladies, then you say like her house is like in that area.
Yeah, her next door neighbor is Zadrunas Elgauskas.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, and so like in that general area, if you oh man, there's a swimming pool in somebody's backyard in my neck of the woods, which I'm like, wow, that's as you so there's a map here, so I basically just scroll over the neighborhood. I'm real close to it, so I can see the lake and I can see there's another swimming pool. So that's like
Movie stars.
that neck of the woods is a little on the higher end. Like that house right there that I just showed you, which ain't even that house, is $1.3 million, $1.32 million. And like I said, that house don't even actually exist no more. So what's there right now is probably more than that. So that's the little fly neck of my woods. How interesting, fascinating. And of course, there's the park and there's the stairs and the so forth and so on. Man, Lake Erie is something amazing to see from satellite height. You know what I'm saying? It's like, oh shit, that's dope. Well, anyway, worry not, people. We still got we still have show to do. I'm saying there's still discussions to be had and so forth and so on. So
okay.
Let me ask you guys a question.
Okay.
Say you have a bet going, and it's you needed the Knicks to beat the Heat, and you need the Mavericks to beat the Pelicans. The Knicks already beat the Heat, so that part's already done. The Mavericks currently have a 23-point lead with 4 minutes left in the third. The sportsbook is offering me to cash the bet out for 63 cents less than what I would get if I win the whole thing outright. Do you think taking 63 cents less is worth not having to risk the Pelicans coming back against the Mavericks and them blowing a 23-point lead with 16 minutes left in the game?
I don't think the Mavericks will blow it.
No, because
do you?
I don't think they're going to blow the lead either. But the question is strictly risk reward. You know, I'm risking essentially at this point $31 to gain an additional 60 some cents.
You lose the 63 cents. That's fine.
Because like it was a $10 bet, so I'll gain $21. I would just not gain a $21.60 something.
So why are they offering you to collect now? What's the?
They're trying to get me to cash out so that they lose less money.
63 cents. You think that matters to them that much? I wonder why.
Well, it's based on mathematical probability. So, like in their eyes, like any bit that they can get back is a plus, and like the math is telling them that like I am super likely to win the bet. So they're trying to get me to walk away, and like even if it's just a couple pennies, that's a couple pennies back on their bottom line.
Oh no, we robbed from the fucking rich, my guy. You no, you fucking ride this wave. It's 92.67 on my screen right now. 3:05 left in the third. I truly don't see the Pels coming back to take this.
So
like
I have a 6-game parlay going, and I know I just hijacked this, and I'm sorry, but I want you to like understand.
We're having?
Yeah. Well, I mean, I intervened, but I have a 6-game parlay going where I needed the Lakers to beat the Pacers, which the Lakers came back and won by 1. I needed the Knicks to beat the Heat. The Knicks won by 2. I needed the Cavs to beat the Grizzlies. They're all money line. I picked money line for all of these. The Cavs literally just beat the Grizzlies. They won by 15 like 2 seconds ago.
Mm-hmm.
I need Chicago to beat the Hornets, and the Chicago's up by 9 with 1:22 left. I need the Mavericks to beat the Pelicans. They're currently up by 23 with 2:24 to go. And I need the Nuggets to beat the Warriors, and the Nuggets are up by 1 at half. So it looks like the Nuggets-Warriors game is going to be like the one that I'm going to have to sweat out. But if that hits, it's plus $125.
Yeah. Yeah, you still playing on house money?
Oh yeah, I haven't put any money back in. I have had a rough 3 days, but I haven't done a tremendous amount of betting. So when I say rough, I mean like I lost money, but I didn't lose a ton of money because I hardly did anything the last couple of days. But I'm still like for the year plus like almost $1,400.
Yeah, he's great, man. Yeah, let it walk. Make him pay the damn 63 cents. Fuck him.
Let's go.
And we hope.
Let's go, Luka.
And we hope the parlay pays through as well. But you know what I'm saying?
Go Nuggets.
So are you going to do any Super Bowl betting?
I probably will, but like I don't know to what degree because like most of my money at this point is concentrated on like one sports book because like I was kind of dicking around on the other ones a little bit like, and I think that's like part of the thing where I haven't like fully embraced the better lifestyle where I was just kind of like I'll throw this on here because I'm bored, not putting too much thought into it, not shopping around, that kind of shit. So like the Caesars, I don't have nothing on Caesars. I have nothing on BetMGM. I had a couple bad beats on FanDuel, so like my FanDuel's drained a little bit, but I still have like over a K on DraftKings. So I'm kind of limited right now on where I want to go. Like I can bet unless I want to move some money around. But I don't want to just do like crazy stuff to do crazy stuff. But like I don't know if like I would necessarily mind like betting on the color of the Gatorade or anything, like if those bets are offered or whatever, Could you imagine being the sideline guy and getting a kickback from DraftKings? Like you're the one who mixes the Gatorade and it's like TMZ where they pay you to tell them what color the Gatorade is beforehand or something,
Yeah. I got a good hunch it's gonna be blue.
Or if he's the one who does it, he could bet like a lot.
Yeah. Like call your parents, put $100K on Riptide Rush.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, that is a wild one. I love the idea of prop bets, you know what I'm saying? The color of the Gatorade, the heads or tails, the over under on the national anthem. Who's doing national anthem this year?
I don't know.
All right, we need to find that out.
Yeah, don't they usually do like shit
those
like
are always
will they be done singing by the time like the airplane goes overhead or something like that?
Yeah. They have a time over under on time for Super Bowl. National anthem. Let me see
I saw a
who's
video
giving
of,
us this.
I think it was 2 days ago on Instagram, where it was from the Super Bowl like 2 years ago, and it was someone was recording like all their friends. They had bet on whether or not the opening kickoff was going to be a touchback or they were going to take it out of the end zone. And it was like this whole group of people getting hyped because the guy he took the ball out, tried to run it back.
This Chris Stapleton, I don't know who that is singing the national anthem, and Babyface is singing "America the Beautiful." Who is singing that? Bet MGM is what pops up. The first thing that comes up on the on this list of things. So it lets you know that Chris Stapleton appears to be a country singer of some sort. Yeah, he's a country singer who's 8-time Grammy winner, 15-time country music winner, and 10-time Academy of Country Music Award winner. The Kentucky native's first hit song was Tennessee Whiskey back in 2015. So he's singing this year. Season and so all this information is provided to me by Bet MGM. So that lets you know that they know the motherfuckers is out here trying to figure out what's this country boy gonna do. I'm saying he's gonna give me that. He's gonna give me some of that. You know what I'm saying? Some of that Bleeding Gums Murphy, long time singing.
I remember, like, I don't know if it was last year. It's probably last year. But, like, I follow some sports people that, like, talk about betting and stuff. And they were, like, posting DMs from somebody who was like, oh, man, I was watching the anthem practices and I was timing it and this is how long it was going and everything. Like, trying to get the inside scoop, you know?
Bettors can be some degenerate ass motherfuckers, man. So it go from like, oh, that's kind of cool and interesting to, man, y'all the worst.
Yeah, that's kind of like Kevin from The Office would just bet on anything.
Apparently, country music fans are super excited because Rihanna got the halftime, and that's two real black ass halftimes over the last 2 years. So they're like, you gotta let this, you gotta give us a win. Come on, man. Come on, the old Gil needs one. So made Mr. Stapleton do the damn thing.
I saw was it the I'm from Cleveland Instagram account that posted the video of the lady who said she's going to be performing with Rihanna during the halftime show, the local Cleveland singer.
Oh.
Yeah, she was.
I didn't see that. Nice.
I think she was walking downtown, like right in front of the Key building, and the lady stopped her.
It looked hella staged, but like even still, like it was good info.
Yeah. Apparently, Cheryl Lee Ralph of Abbott Elementary will be there to perform "Lift Every Voice and Sing." So that's kind of dope.
Man, it's funny. I mean, I've known of her forever, but like now seeing like all the pictures of her from back in the day, my God, jeez, it's this picture where if you could find like a picture with her and Sly Stallone back in the day.
Yeah. I saw that picture. You probably sent it to me.
Oh man, she is gorgeous back then. Not that she's not a pretty, older lady now, but geez Louise. And it's this video where her talking like, her about talking about 20 or 30 years ago. She's like, she was talking to Robert De Niro. He's like, man, you're talented. And I was like, I was thinking, man, he was just trying to clap them cheeks back in the day.
Yeah, he married to a black woman already. No,
he's
De Niro. No,
De Niro. He's been married a few times. Like he has like that's like his second black wife. He was trying to work on a third back then. I'm not saying she wasn't talented. Yes, she was. She's proven her talent, but De Niro was trying to clap them cheeks back then.
Oh, cheek clappers. Anyway,
Emmy Award winning cheek clapper, Robert De Niro.
Oscar Award winning cheek clapper. That's an Oscar.
He got award winning cheek clapping.
I don't know if he got a Tony, but
I mean,
maybe he got a LaTanya. Yeah, account. Oh shit! But man, what I'm saying, Ant Man, I'm gonna give it up to you first, man. You know what it is. First up is always Tatum. What say you, sir?
All right, we got a little game for tonight, and it is guess the year, the Black History Month edition. So I got a couple. I got five. I got a list of 5 Black first dates, or events rather, and I need you guys to try to put them in order from first to last.
All right. Well, let me give you some little theme music, and we'll go from there.
I break bread with the Hennessy one.
All right, give it up, give it up. What we got, man?
All right, so you guys try to put these in order. I'm going to say some of these in no particular order, and when I'm done, or well, how would you rather do it? Would you rather me list them all, or you try to tell me when do you think it is, from 1 to 5?
Okay, so basically, you're gonna give us these things.
Mm-hmm.
We're gonna decide if it was a first, second, third, fourth, or fifth date.
Yes.
Okay. Okay. All right. You want it one at a time? You want it all at once, Box?
I say all at once.
All at once?
All right.
Okay.
Ooh, let me get the paper popping. You know what I'm saying? I like to see if I can take advantage of your wisdom.
Mm-hmm.
All right. You let it go,
Okay.
man. You
The first Black millionaire. First African American invited to the White House. First Black heavyweight champ.
Of boxing?
Yes.
Okay.
First Black sportscaster. First Black FBI agent.
Well,
Okay, so it was millionaire, White House, heavyweight champion, sportscaster, FBI.
Yes. Is that the
Okay.
Okay?
No, I was just making sure that was what they were.
Yeah, you got it right.
My first one is White House.
Okay.
Second one is so it was millionaire, White House, sportscaster, heavyweight champion, FBI. FBI, I'm putting second. No, FBI, I'm gonna put last.
Okay.
Sportscaster, I'm gonna put second to last. Millionaire in the middle. Heavyweight champion second.
Okay.
all right. I say millionaire first. Heavyweight champ second.
Okay.
White House third. FBI agent fourth. Sportscaster fifth.
Okay. T, you got 3 out of. Okay, so this is the order. I think T got 3 out of 5, and Dan got 2 out of 5.
So which ones do I have to flip? I just have to flip the ones I missed.
Yeah, you would have to flip 1 to get all 5, and Dan would
won't.
have to flip 3. Well, not
I don't even remember what I remember. Millionaire in the middle. So I went White House, boxer, millionaire, sportscaster, FBI. So I guess I would flip millionaire to second. Boxer would go fourth. Sportscaster third.
You just you effed yourself in the A. All right, so this is what it is. In 1901, the first African American was invited to the White House.
Why?
It was Booker T. Washington, I believe. So he was just fucking shit up out there. Number 2, in 1908, the first Black heavyweight champion, Jack Johnson, was crowned champ. 3.
Okay. So that's where I was mentally messing up because I was like, Muhammad Ali was the first one I could think of. And so I'm not a big boxing historian, you know?
Okay, that's cool. The first, Madam C.J. Walker, the first
Mm-hmm.
black millionaire in 1910. The first FBI agent, this one surprised me, in 1919. Uh, the first black FBI agent and the first black sportscaster in New Jersey was in 1929.
Nice.
Wait, when I initially said my answers, didn't I have President Boxing Millionaire?
Yeah, you had, yeah. That's why I said
So I had 3 out of 5. You told me I had 2 out of 5. That's why I flipped 3.
okay. So what you
Because if I knew I only needed 2, I would have flipped FBI agent and sportscaster.
well, I'm not.
I went and did all that like mental gymnastics because I thought I had to flip 3.
If I'm not mistaken, what I have written down here, you and T both got the first black boxer right. T got the millionaire right. You got T had the FBI agent in the right place. So the ones you didn't have in the right place is from what I wrote down was the first black millionaire, the first black FBI agent, and the first sportscaster. But you had the rest of them.
Millionaire was in the middle, right?
Millionaire was was third, right in the middle.
Yeah, I remember saying that. Okay,
Okay.
I don't know. It's all good.
It's okay. We got 3 more weeks of this, so we'll get it. We'll get it.
I mean, worst comes to worst, it's on tape. We can listen to it back.
Okay, check the tape.
Was one of those commercials where they got the red flags now? I was like, I'm gonna have to challenge that.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what commercial that is, but you know
It's
what?
definitely an insurance commercial.
All right. Well, next week we can only get better.
I tell you, man, TV these days is all insurance commercials and sports betting commercials.
Man, I'm gonna tell you.
Hold on. Take me out of this game show.
Okay. Well, that was the first week of 3 for guess the year. We might switch it up. We might make it better this week. This was I was racking my brain to figure out how I could pull off a game for this, but I think we got it. And if not, I got a whole nother week to think about it.
They get scared when I pull my mic.
I said that was a delight. When I get claimed on YouTube, you know why. Though that is killing. I did get that from the royalty-free spot, so forth and so on. So supposedly it falls under Creative Commons licensure.
I don't know. I said, oh man, I don't know about that. I knew where you would pull it from, but them talking about Hennessy kind of was like, I don't know how that's gonna go.
Box.
Yeah.
Story Time with Lunchbox. What's up, buddy?
So it's not really so much of a story as I had a question. Do you guys have anything in your lives that no matter how many times you've done it, you've never been able to do it correctly, at least in your eyes? And I say that because I'm 37 years old and I feel like to this day, no matter how many times I've tried, I can never tear saran wrap off of the tube in a way that comes off right, and then it actually clings to the things that I'm trying to attach it to.
I don't use saran wrap for just that reason. It seems pretty useless. Cling film, as they call it in some parts of the world. And so I'm a foil man. Also, just a plastic container with a proper lid situation is what I am. Just because of that. It always tears funky. It always ends up sticking back on itself.
Yeah.
Static or the air or whatever does something. And so that shit don't ever work. Never did work for me, and I don't fuck with it because of that. So check. Yep.
Yeah, like my buddy made dinner tonight, and I didn't finish my bowl, and I didn't want to I wanted to put it in the fridge for tomorrow. So like I went and get the fucking cling wrap, and I'm just like, I am no good at this. No matter how many times I try, it's like I always try and tear it. Like I try to rip, I try to pull, I try to get it in the teeth. It always comes off, and then it ends up sticking on itself, and I have to try and uncling it. Then when I go to actually put it on the bowl, it never sticks to nothing. I'm just like, this is such a fucking waste of time.
They swear it'll stick to anything, and it just doesn't. That's a lie. It does not stick to any surface. I just use foil for shit like that. There, if need to, I can wrap the whole goddamn bowl.
I'm
in
getting
a
to the
piece of
point
foil,
where I'm just gonna start eating straight out of the Tupperware, and that way, if I don't finish it, I can just put the lid on the fucking thing. Tupperware is about to become my regular bowls.
Legit. I can't see that working as well. So I'm like I said, I also I'm Ziploc bags of all various sizes. Right now I need some gallon bags. I'm out of the gallon and quart bags technically I'm out of right now. So I need to get both of those. But yeah. Fuck cling film. It does not work. It does not work. It has to work on like the industrial level, because you'll see we've watched enough food channel shows to see people wrapping up shit that has to be it has to set for
they
a little
wrap
bit
like shipping pallets and stuff with it too.
Yeah. Yeah, but then like, even that, like I said, that's on an industrial scale. You know what I'm saying? It's just different than the rest of us, man. And do you know how to work cling film or shrink or whatever or saran wrap?
Yeah, I would say I'm maybe an amateur at it.
Yeah, see, it don't. Me and Box are both. We just can't seem to pull it off. So I'm more of a foil man, Tupperware, Ziploc bags, so forth. You know
what I usually use. I mean, we use it we have it at home. Do I use it often? No, but what I use is press and seal.
Yeah.
Press and seal does the same thing. It's sticky. Like we use a lot of like we cook with a lot of onions and peppers and shit like that around here. So like Ziploc bags are dope, but like press and seal, you can just scrap it, wrap your shit up in it. Same thing like with cucumbers. You cut off a slice, you just put the press and seal right on the top of it. Super convenient. Because usually, like Ziploc bags and stuff don't make stuff breathable. Like you can't the vegetables and stuff don't breathe. So, but like cling wrap is just for like when I'm beating the chicken, like making the chicken cutlet or man, I don't use it to cover anything though.
Yeah. Well, the point Box was presented to the class was it's just something in life that you just no matter what can't get right.
Yeah.
In his case, it was cling film, and I had to co-sign that shit. I don't even buy that shit because I'm so bad at it.
Yeah, like I can agree with that. One thing, no matter what I do, it don't never turn out terrible. But I'm not very good at. I don't like making fried chicken on the bone.
Okay,
like I can make a pretty good chicken finger. I can make like excellent fried fish, which is pretty much the same fucking thing. But when it comes to fried chicken, I don't know how many different techniques. It just don't never turn out right for me. It can taste great. It can, but it's just never like you would never mistake it for Popeyes or nothing like that.
Yeah, it's just
fine. Like.
And you make enough food that is so beyond fine to have something in your repertoire that's just fine. It's almost like
fucking irritating. Like it's like it's one of to me. It just seems like it's like if I'm making like a smothered chicken or something like that, it'll turn out great. But just like regular fried chicken on the bone, like chicken wings or even like baked fried chicken wings. I made some the other night, man, marvelous. But just like making some chicken wings on the bone, fried, it just never turns out right. It's like the bane of my existence. Like soon as my partner be like, "Hey, can you make some chicken wings?" I'm like, "Oh fuck, I hate making chicken wings, or I hate making fried chicken."
Now here's the deal: have you ever just randomly hit it out the park and been unable to repeat that?
I've made it. I've
So
made it times better than others, or I've made it
yeah.
like where it's like, okay, well this time I don't never shit the bed, but I've never made it where I'm just like, man, you really did your thing tonight. Maybe
So I have managed to once like just knock it out the park that I can recall. Like, wow, that really worked itself out. Everything seemed to be seasoned properly and taste good, and everything was it was cooked to the bone. You know what I'm
yeah,
saying? You know what I'm saying? Now and again, you'll come out and be like, I see a little string or something. I'm like, damn it, that didn't cook all the way through. You
yeah,
feel me? And so I I don't know. I'm with you and I hear you, and I don't know, man. It's just maybe the stove or some shit or whatever, bruh. But yeah, yeah, same again on that one too. I can write off that I'm in the similar boat as my brothers here. So
yeah, and like I said, I've made some things where it's like, man, I feel like every time I make biscuits, I make them better almost every time. Like I'm getting better and better at making biscuits. Um,
yeah,
like it might seem like a simple thing, but like I'm good at not fucking up pancakes, and I'll have four in the skillet. Like
Man,
I'll be,
I made pancakes 2 Sundays ago, and I fucked it up bad to the
oh
point where
no,
like, so I'll explain what happened. So for Christmas, I got two griddles. One's more of a cast iron flat one, and then the other one's kind of more of like a long pan where it's got like a raised lid on it, and it's like non-stick or whatever.
mm-hmm.
So when I had made pancakes before this, I had used just the little tiny frying pan to make them like one by one, like the just normal size pancakes. So I made like the batter, and I was like, well, shit, I got this giant ass griddle. Let me just pour all the pancake batter into this bitch and see what happens. So I put it in, and I had the heat all fucking wrong, and it wasn't cooking it right. And then I didn't take into account the fact that I wasn't going to be able to flip the whole thing. So,
Mm.
so I ended up cutting it into pieces like a fucking sheet pizza, and then
Yeah,
trying to flip it, and it was breaking all up. So what I ended up doing was cooking pancakes like you would see the people in the food court make the chicken teriyaki, where they dump it out on the griddle and then they break it up into pieces and are chopping and shit. I didn't have pancake like flat pancakes. I had pancake chicken teriyaki, where it was like chunks of pancake that I just
yeah.
poured syrup onto.
You had pancake,
you had
just pancake scramble.
you had
I
you had scrambled you had scrambled
exactly.
pancakes, and when I first learned how to make pancakes, scrambled pancakes is all I could muster. Now you know what you did wrong, so you know
Yeah.
what you got to do to fix it. That's whatever. Like Ant said, I don't miss with pancakes. I know what I'm doing. It was the second thing I learned how to cook after eggs, so I've been doing it for a good probably almost 40 years at this point on the real. So I've been at it for a very long time. I can cook pancakes, but you know what box I've never been able to do ever? I have never beaten Super Mario Brothers.
Like the original first game.
Yeah,
Hmm.
cannot. Play it pretty regular still in life still. I will pull it up and be like, it's the one, it's the time. Let's go. And that's like I never can get past if you do the warp pipe, what does it take you to? It takes you to 5-1, I think.
I think it's 2, 3, or
I can
4.
never and there's another warp somewhere around there too. So I can usually get off a couple of warps and I can never get no further than like 5-2.
Hmm.
And then I get frustrated. I'm like, fuck this. And I just never, ever. Nope.
Have
So I have
you ever did that one trick? I think it's on board 3. If you keep on hitting the shell against the steps, that you get like unlimited
Rob was,
lives.
Rob was talking about that on Blackout Tips the other day, and I was like, I felt seen as fuck. You know what I'm saying? I like because I know what it is to be a pretty good gamer, but not be able to do that, which seems to itself to be the most basic of games. But it's like,
It's not.
nah,
It's
man,
not the most
just
basic games. I have
yeah.
never got past. Like I suck at Mario. I got the little. Matter of fact, Emery was playing with it in the car today. I got the little
Yeah,
like red and gold clock. Like
yeah.
I'll play with that. I'll get the board. Man, shit. I could beat the second board. Am I gonna stay big? Nope, I ain't gonna stay big. Am I gonna keep firepower? Nope, definitely not.
Yeah.
My partner, she is fucking magnificent at Mario. She loves to play it and stuff. I'm just not good at Mario. Like, can I play Streets of Rage 2 and 3 and 4? Hell yeah.
Yeah,
I'm good,
I
bro.
never really played the original like Mario games. The first one I ever played was Mario 64.
Okay. Yeah. So it's one of the ones where it's like I regularly can go through. I have gone through and beaten some games that people are like, "Yo, that's a real challenging game," and they're like, "Oh, I didn't know, but thank you." But that OG classic, man, it's just me. It's probably me being impatient. It's probably where I a different style of gamer. I like I said, like my kids will tell you, like my especially my youngest, like hates playing stealth games because they are impatient and they don't know they don't like waiting what they need to do to pull off stealth maneuvers. And
I have a
stuff.
balance when it comes to that.
So they'll
Like,
go wild all the goddamn time.
I'm okay sometimes with some stealth, but I hate I try to play games where you're like a fucking spy or like an assassin or something like that. Like I remember trying to play Splinter Cell back in the day on Xbox, and I'm just like, I can't do this. I can't do these games where I gotta duck under a box and then assassinate a guy so he doesn't alert the other guards. And I'm just like, I can't do this.
Whereas it's kind of one of my favorite little genres. You know what I'm saying? Like Hitman, Word of Assassination. Now that's Hitman 1, 2, and 3. The most recent Hitman's 1, 2, and 3 are now one singular thing, and so they call it Hitman Word of Assassination. And so murking people, hiding the bodies, and like whatever, making sure things don't get seen, making sure I don't get seen, eat that shit up. Especially when I do it like perfect, where I've never seen. Dishonored, one of my favorite video games. Dishonored 2, my actual favorite video games, but Dishonored being one of my favorite series of video games. You have to do a run, what's called a ghost run, to get all the achievements in that game. And the ghost run in that game is to, of course, never be seen. And that either means not killing anybody, which I've done before, which is a pacifist run, or killing everybody but never getting caught. And I've done that as well. Like I said, it's my favorite game. So that's why I was like, I can get. So it's so funny that I can do some of those things. I have achievement, and there's an achievement for a game, Mirror's Edge, and the achievement is to get through that whole game without using a gun. There's one point in the game that you have to use a gun, and that is you're going to shoot an engine block on a truck, but you're not going to kill anybody. You're just going to stop the truck from running. That's the only time you can use a gun in that game. I got that the first time I played through that game, and it's like I had nothing to it, but people are like, "Man, that's one of the craziest achievements ever." I'm like, it just didn't seem like it to me at the time. It still doesn't, even now that I think about it to this day, because that game's very much about running, jumping, and hiding. So it's like I don't understand what people were doing.
What was that on? What Nintendo game system was that on?
Mirror's Edge? No, that's I played it on 360.
Okay.
Yeah, 360 and PlayStation 3. It was what that was on. So, but it's my shit. That's the game I got a 360 for. Like that's what I was saying. I had a regular Xbox, but Mirror's Edge, when I saw speak of it, talk of it, I was like, that game looks amazing. I need to get me a 360. And my ex-wife's uncle caught me a 360. And was just like, that's just a Christmas present. He hooked me up. That's twice now. That man that hooked me up with video game consoles. So one time for my man Ray for looking out for your man. So when he couldn't look out for himself. So, but man, I remember my wife being super mad about that. Like, what the fuck? I didn't do it. It's like, how you be mad at me for that shit?
Was she mad because she was gonna buy you one, or she was just mad?
No. I think she was mad about me having these consoles. She was never too. She was okay with me playing video games. She was not gung ho about me playing video games. So that just is what it is. Where she hears, I don't know how happy she'd be that I made my children into gamers, both of them at like high level shit. It's like, hey, like I can't help it. It is my hobby of choice, and our babies are very good at it now. So, like Xander is, if he were so inclined and really just wanted to do it, it's a couple games I'm like, you can go pro in that. He plays it at such a high level that I'm just like, you'd be the illest. He was he was very nearly, and definitely is in like top 10 of speed runs on Soul Calibur on
Oh
Dreamcast.
wow.
Because he just got the itch one day. And was like, I'm about to do this. I'm about to get real good at this, and he did. And so that's just a way that has worked itself out. But yeah, that is one of the things for Box. No matter what I do, I cannot do it. It is the cling wrap of my video game collection. If I beat, I don't do New Year's resolutions, and at this point, we are in the second month of this new year. But I should really put it on myself to try and complete
OG Mario.
OG Mario, because I beat both Mario's Land 1 and 2 on Game Boy. And so it's not like I can't play Mario games, but also certainly on Mario Land 2, I beat that on my analog pocket, and that was me save scumming, because you could just save shit and be like, all right, I'm gonna start literally from right here. So it's not me actually having to worry about dying or losing lives, because I can always be like, I'm gonna start here again. Every time I got a little further, I would just save it again. Anyway, I'm like, okay, I'm further. That way, I'm not. I'm this is where I'm at.
And they say it was a hack. If you push like star and A, it'll take you back to where you were.
That's been there forever. That's not even a hack. I mean, yeah, I can get back to it. It takes you back to the first world that you were in. So if I was in world 5-2,
Yeah.
if I died, I can go back to world 5 by just holding like A or B or whatever at the start screen. So, but that's most of the way through. You know, it's 8-3 or no 8-4 is like the last level. So it's like that's most of the way through the game. Yeah, I don't know.
Would you believe that the Mavericks are blowing it?
Oh wow.
They're offering me $96 to cash out right now, but the Mavericks lead it's down to 4 with 57 seconds left.
So how much? So how much more is that? How much did you bet?
I bet $10. If I win the bet, it's 123, so I'd gain 97. But if I cash out now, I go plus 87, and I don't have to risk this Mavericks blowing this lead.
There's 57 seconds to go. I don't think they're gonna blow it in 57 seconds.
50.1, they're up by 4, which is just a 3-pointer.
Somebody just got fouled.
You know what I'm saying?
Double personal foul. What the fuck does that mean?
Oh no.
Cancel each other out, hopefully? I don't know. Tim Hardaway Jr. missed a shot. Larry Nance rebound. Oh, shit. They're going to run down this, drop a triple on it. You know they are.
Mavericks got the rebound, and someone on the Pelicans fouled.
Okay.
Hold firm.
Down to 21 seconds left. 21.6 seconds is what I got on my clock here, bro. We're gonna do this live, people. I'd like to see if boxing's gonna pull this off. So
I know, because I'm so tempted to take it, but it's so close to just saying fuck it that I'm just like let it ride, because the Warriors Nuggets game was the other one that I need, and the Nuggets are up 14 with 42 seconds in the third.
Yeah.
Or they're up 12 now, but yeah, this. It looks like they stopped playing Luka. Maybe he's on a minutes restriction or something.
Apparently, he was he took a shot on a dunk attempt, so he got a hard foul trying to boom the ball. So he might have just set his little butt down.
Okay, so
you can't be.
The Mavericks inbounded the ball, ran 5 seconds off the clock, and then the Pelicans fouled again.
It's 109, 104 now. So somebody's shooting free throws.
Reggie Bullock.
All right. 98.6% chance that the Mavs pull this out, according to the old stat tracker here.
So this is what I like. I love and hate.
Miss a second free throw.
Oh Jesus!
Pels took a timeout. They are down by 5 points right now with 15.6 seconds left in this game. Again, people, we're doing it live. I'm not gonna stop until we know has Box succeeded at this point.
Can't stop. Won't stop.
Won't stop.
So this is, but what we're doing right now is what I found to be the most fun aspect of sports betting when it brings people together. Like I have an entire group chat of people this is what we do like every night. We just fucking bet on games. We show each other what we bet on, and then we just collectively root for each other to succeed.
That's dope.
I feel it. The percentage dropped down to 94.3 with that damn Pelicans timeout. God damn. All he had to do is hit both his free throws.
I'm not surprised because every time I've ever seen that dude shoot, he misses. Like, I know who that guy is, and it's like, I don't think I've ever seen him make a shot.
Well, he made one of those too. So there you go.
I didn't see it.
You are simply
Yeah,
aware of it. You are
I read
aware
the text on the page, but I didn't see it.
Oh my gosh. It's very exciting.
See, this is what makes this fun. Like, it's the nerve-wracking part about it too, because
you know what?
Like this bet involved me picking 6 games correctly. There were no spreads involved.
Yeah.
I literally had to pick 6 winners, just straight up. And right now I'm 4 for 4. This would make 5 for 5. And the other game I need is a 16-point lead going into the 4th.
Yeah. But it's also it's 16-point lead going to 4th against one of the greatest shooting teams to ever exist. So
yeah,
it's like that's the one you still got to worry about no matter what.
Brandon
makes a 14-foot step back jump shot, 106, 109, 6.6 seconds
Mavericks
left.
Call timeout. 3-point lead in the ball.
Oh yeah, because they can take it at half court, right? They can inbound from half court with that.
They should be able to advance the ball. Man,
so
it's
a delight.
While we're waiting on this timeout, I have to say I forgot to watch the movie on Netflix with Jonah Hill and Eddie Murphy and all them, but I will do that this weekend because there's no football this weekend, so I have some time this weekend to do that. And then I obviously don't have HBO, so I am not current on The Last of Us. But they are like promoting the hell out of that show, and like they're not shy about like telling people who people are and what's going on either. Because I'm watching this commercial, and they're just like, oh, there's this girl and she has a disease, but don't tell the people you have the disease. And then they're like showing like all these monsters or the people and all this stuff, and I'm just like, damn, just everything's out here, huh?
Yeah, but.
I mean, that game is what is that? 10 years old, 13 years old. How old is that game?
About that, and it's like 3 generations of games back. Like it was on on PlayStation 3.
PlayStation 3, yeah. So it's like at this point, it's one of those situations where like it's like the books. You know what I'm saying? If it were this Game of Thrones, these books have been here for a very long time. If you know, you know, and if you don't know, that's kind of what makes it interesting. And what's even better, I mean, this is us getting into entertainment, so I can't help ourselves. Anthony and I do know, and they still manage to surprise us, which is the most fascinating part of it. And surprise in a good way. I've yet to get something happen there. I'm like, they fucked that up.
Yeah,
they have taken from the game and said we could do that better in this television show, and they have done it better twice now, where they have differed from the game greatly. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, me and T was just talking about this the other night. How it was like. It's 3 levels to this, in my opinion. It's like they are filling in blanks to like certain situations that weren't explained in the show. But then
in the game,
in the game. Then they have like all new content for not only the people who played the game, but to people who are watching, they don't know. Like all this stuff is different. It's just like it seems like they took what The Walking Dead did. It was like, we're going to do that a little bit, but we're going to make it so that it's a nicer, it's a better story, but when we're doing it. Have you talked to anybody who hates it yet?
No. Everybody who has watched it, who I've spoken to, have enjoyed it. What just came, like I said, I watched that episode this past Sunday, and I was like, ooh, the internet gonna be mad about this because I know how the internet get down. And I hadn't really seen takes personal foul 2.4 seconds left. So who's shooting free throws? Makes 1 of 2. Spencer Dinwiddie, thusly increasing their odds of winning to 99.5.
I was so nervous because the time moved and then it moved again and it didn't say what happened.
Yeah.
And I was watching the bet on the sportsbook app and it dropped from $113 offer cash out to $105. And I was like, what the hell happened?
He made both free throws. So odds of winning are now 99.0 because they would need to drop 5 points in 2.4 seconds, which is not impossible, but is not
so the
bloody
payout
likely.
on the bet is $123.57. They're currently offering me to cash it out at $117.69.
You'd love to see it. Take their money. Fuck them. But then next is, of course, the people who are just watching the show, who are just like blind to all of it, like you were saying. And then it's like, say like Ant was saying, it's the he's and out of the world. It was like, well, this is crazy. Damn, what a way to do that,
Yeah, like the little changes they're making. I'm not hating them. I love the the extending where they can, because this was the first episode where it wasn't like, not necessarily like a cold open, but a fill in the blanks opening. And what made that interesting, since they didn't do that for the cold opening, they did it for the whole episode.
Yeah. The whole episode ended up being an amazing flashback. Well, most of the episode, not the whole episode. And that's just, it's so well done. Somebody on the internet was talking about how their daddy was mad. Was like, he wasn't gay in the game. It's like, he certainly was. They didn't make a big fluff, a big deal about it, but he definitely was. Misses the shot, 2.0, and the Mavs win. So that one's off the list now,
so
too.
We're just down to the Nuggets and Warriors.
And currently, they're up 16
with 8:43 left. Sorry, Nick but I need your boys to go down.
Okay.
Yeah.
So
he was in the game, and then on top, like it was really subtle. They really didn't say anything, but when they got away from him, Ellie had stole one of his dude mags from his one of his places. Yeah.
Collection. Yeah. So I was talking to Lee about this the other day, and he said that he gave Bill a letter, and I'm like, what? Never. I've never, because you got the option to keep that letter away from him. I never gave him that letter. He would never know that Frank felt that way about him in that game. Because that letter is fucked up. Frank is mean as fuck and shitty for no reason. And I like that they corrected that seemingly in the show.
Yeah. I didn't know you could not give him the letter.
Yes, you cannot give him the letter. It pops up as an option in there and so forth. And I never let him see the letter.
The option I knew is like you can either, and I think I just passed that part where Ellie can you can take the picture from Ellie or not take it from her. Picture of your daughter.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Man, the Cavs coach quote: "We don't have guys who start shit, and we don't have guys who run from shit."
Hey. Also, buy some cookies.
I thought that was interesting.
Oh shit! That was okay. A couple of things that were trending on Twitter today that made me laugh. That crumble cookies was trending, of course, because Bickerstaff saying go buy some damn cookies. But also, hard R was trending on Twitter today, right? And motherfuckers is like, at the start of Black History Month, that's what's going on. Hard R trending. Hard R is trending because Insomniac announced that they believe they're going to have their Wolverine game out at the end of 2024, and they're going to go for a hard R style rating for the video game. So Jeff Grubb from Giant Bomb lives out in Westlake. Just in case you're not, I'm not saying he actually lives in Westlake, but he lives in that general direction. He lives in Ohio now. on his show this morning announced that they said they're going for a hard R. So hard R was trending because this video game is going for a hard R, a mature rating in their video game. But motherfuckers was like, what the hell? Oh my
So
God.
when is that game actually going to come out? Because it's been pushed a few times, right?
No. They just announced it last year, and they are of the gumption that they think they can get it out at the end of next year. Disagree. But you know what? Let me give it up. So Insomniac has not missed a due date in very recent history. If they say they're gonna get it done that time, they seem to know what they're doing and have the staff to do what they said. So we shall see. Not Miles, but Spider-Man 2 comes out this year, at the end of this year. They've already said that, so I'm pretty hype off of that because it's Miles and Peter together in one game. So I'm very excited for that. But again, we'll see how this all plays itself out.
You got your learn.
Let's get back.
You got your learn from TikTok? Okay.
All right, let's go. Let's get it all lined up, people. I was not going to give you things I learned on TikTok this week because I was like, oh nah, nothing really tickled my pickle this week. And then all of a sudden today something hit me and I was like, bitch, are you for real? So unlike last time, I'm actually gonna play you the TikTok, though the link to it will be in the show notes. So don't worry about that. Entire screen. But you can at least hear it right now, and then we're gonna delve into this. Share audio. Make sure that pops up. All right. And let me know. Well, if I can see it, then you guys should be able to hear it. So let me unmute it, and I'll just push play.
What's something you learned that absolutely blew your freaking mind?
The Egyptian pyramids at Giza are so old that when the Romans discovered them, the pyramids were older to the Romans than the Romans are to us now. The pyramids are so old that when they were built, there were woolly mammoths still walking around in some places on Earth. Those pyramids are so old, Queen Cleopatra lived closer to the invention of the iPhone or the internet than she did to the construction of the pyramids. I'm telling you guys, learn your history because the world starts to make sense when you know history. If you don't learn your history, you're never going to understand the world that you live in, and you'll never understand why things are the way they are.
Simple. Aliens.
The pyramids were here when woolly mammoths were here. And I was like, get right the fuck out of here. That can't possibly be true. And so I had to go looking. You know I had to go looking because of course I'm not going to go, I can't take TikTok's word for it because you can't just trust the internet, people. But I can go trust research. And so this first article is from Brian Handwork over at National Geographic. Giza Pyramid holds Pharaoh's ancient secrets. The Giza Pyramids, built to endure an eternity, have done just that. The monumental tombs and relics of Egypt's Old Kingdom era and were constructed that's right. The monumental tombs are relics of Egypt's Old Kingdom era and were constructed some 4,500 years ago. Egypt's pharaohs expected to become gods in the afterlife to prepare for the next world. They erected temples to the gods and massive pyramid tombs for themselves, filled with all the things each ruler would need to guide and sustain himself in the next world. Pharaoh Khufu began the first Giza pyramid project circa 2550 BC. His Great Pyramid is the largest in Giza and towers some 481 feet above the plateau. It's estimated 2.3 million stone blocks each weigh an average of 2.5 to 15 tons. Again, there's more to that, but it will certainly be in your show notes. But I was like, yeah, that's wild. But what about this mammoth shit? This article is was written by Harsh Vardhan. This is from republicworld.com, but also have some other sources just in case this one seems wonky. Worry not. Mammoths, other Ice Age creatures lasted even after the construction of Giza Pyramid study. The woolly mammoths and other ice age creatures, such as the woolly rhinos, roamed the earth for much longer periods than earlier thought, new findings say. The woolly mammoths and other ice age creatures, well, we said that already. Much earlier than thought, says findings of a 10-year research project, CNN reports. Okay, so we also got another source we can bounce to off Republic.world if we need to. We can bounce to their initial CNN reporting. Reports that the creatures coexisted with humans, for thousands of years, and researchers were able to pinpoint their area of existence by analyzing hundreds of samples of permafrost and sediment from frozen lakes of Siberia, Alaska, Canada, and Scandinavia. In contrast to the documented evidence, this study has revealed that the mammoths inhabited mainland Siberia 3,900 years ago. That is after the construction of the Great Pyramid of Giza in Egypt and the erection of the megaliths of Stonehenge. Previous documents have suggested the woolly giants were wiped away from this planet about 10,000 years ago, and only a few were left in remote islands around Siberia. On the other hand, woolly rhinos are said to have survived for as long as 9,800 years ago in the Arctic, where the previous studies claimed their extinction to have occurred 14,000 years ago. So basically, for years, we thought to the contrary. We thought these motherfuckers died off way before they did. And like I said, it kind of caught up with itself. I got you another one. This is from historycollection.com. 10 unlikely simultaneous historical events. Now, this is by Khalid Ellison. I'm only going to read the one regarding the pyramid, but like I said, the link is in the show notes, so if you want to read the other 9, you can. And it says, woolly mammoths still existed when the Great Pyramids were being built. Woolly mammoths, such as Manny from the Ice Age animated movie franchise, flourished during the Pleistocene epoch. The now extinct pachyderms were roughly the size of modern African elephants, with males reaching shoulder heights greater than 11 feet and weighing in at around 6 tons. Females reached nearly 10 feet at the shoulder, weighed around 4 tons, and calved newborns that weighed around 200 pounds at birth. The furry pachyderms are most commonly associated with the Ice Age. Their shaggy coats comprised of outer layers of long guard hairs atop a shorter undercoat, made them well adapted to the harsh winter environments of that frozen epoch. Other evolutionary adaptations include short ears and tail to minimize heat loss and frostbite. That enabled them to thrive in the mammoth steppe, the Earth's most extensive biome during the Ice Age, extending from Canada to across Eurasia to Spain and from the Arctic Circle to China. They are one of the better known extinct species to science. Paleontologists have not only discovered complete woolly mammoth fossils, but have also recovered entire frozen carcasses in Alaska and Siberia. Some of those frozen finds were remarkably well preserved, despite the passage of thousands of years. That enabled scientists to not only recover woolly mammoth fur, skin, flesh, and stomach contents, but also woolly mammoth DNA. Today, scientists are busily reconstructing woolly mammoth DNA and have already made great strides in the efforts as early as 2018 with an eye toward de-extincting the species. It is quite likely that within our lifetime of many, or perhaps most people alive today, woolly mammoths will once again walk the earth. But when did woolly mammoths actually go extinct? The last ice age ended about 12,000 years ago, circa 9700 BC. It is widely assumed that mammoths must have gone extinct sometime around then, if not sooner. However, contrary to popular perceptions, woolly mammoths did not vanish that far back. While no man ever saw a live dinosaur, mankind and its hominid ancestors did share the planet with woolly mammoths for hundreds of thousands of years. Woolly mammoths, in fact, were still around while the ancient Egypts were busy building the Great Pyramids. Most woolly mammoths were hunted by humans to extinction and disappeared from the continental mainland of Eurasia and North America between 14,000 and 10,000 years ago. The last mainland population in the Kitik Peninsula in Siberia vanished about 9650 years ago. However, small populations survived in offshore islands such as St. Paul Island in Alaska, where woolly mammoths existed until 5,600 years ago. The last known population survived in Wrangel Island in the Arctic Ocean until 4,000 years ago, or roughly 2000 BC. That was well into the era of human civilization and recorded history, and centuries after the Great Pyramid of Giza, whose construction concluded around 2560 BC, had been built. And then the last one is from World Atlas, the guys who make maps. Did woolly mammoths still roam the earth parts of the earth when the Great Pyramids were built? And of course, the answer is yes. It just goes into it. Again, all those links are already in your show notes because I made my show notes already, people. All I got to do is copy and paste for hosts. But like I said, it was such a fascinating turn of phrase. My man just said, like, yeah, that shit was real. I'm like, bullshit. I need to know. And so I had to know. So that was something I literally today learned on TikTok.
And
certainly hope you enjoyed it.
that was one of the things I learned not too long ago because my children were interested in dinosaurs. Not that animal is a dinosaur, but from all the different, over the last 7 years, museums I've been going to, I learned that those were like one of the quote unquote prehistoric animals that was closer to our time.
Yeah.
And I learned that they found some jizz and they was gonna get biz with it. They were trying to mate them with dinosaurs. So not dinosaurs, but with modern elephants.
Elephants.
So, that's crazy that we could see one of those. I hope it sounds just like Queen Latifah.
Or Ray Romano might as well is my hope. You know what I'm saying?
Deborah.
Well, that is what I learned on TikTok this week. But let me give you some Emma the assholes to get down with. Technically, I have 3. One has an update, so that's why it feels like it will feel as like 4. Just to double check, the Nuggets are up 129, 113, 209 left in the fourth. Box could pull this off, people. Maybe before the show's over, we'll have that information.
I got a feeling.
First up, just in case you didn't know, man, each week we take it to the mean streets of Reddit, to the subreddit, Am I the Asshole? And we find out if these people are the asshole to the people on Reddit. But we also ask ourselves, are these people assholes? Last week, we disagree with Reddit, like outright. So, it could happen. Doesn't normally happen, but it could happen.
It could happen.
First one up here is, am I the asshole for telling my cousin she can't run off to do her own thing when she was late to dinner on my bachelorette trip? Is this person an asshole?
I don't know, man. Every time it's something about a wedding, that should be gridlocked. I'm going to say this person is an asshole.
I was going to say yes.
Reddit agrees with y'all and has called this person an asshole. Let's discover the why. Throwaway. This kind of blew up into a bigger thing, and my sister said I should post on Emma the Asshole. I'm 30 female, getting married soon, and went to New York for my bachelorette trip recently. There were 8 of us, including my cousin Haley, 33 female, who's one of my bridesmaids. We were only there for a couple of days, and there are a few different things we wanted to do. Also, I didn't ask people to pay for their flight. I only asked people to pay for their flight and hotel share. I paid for everything else. I made early dinner reservations for everyone on our last night, and we were going somewhere else after. Haley mentioned that day that she wanted to go visit a cemetery to pay her respects. I'm going to leave that. There's an edit right here. I'm going to leave the edit be. I'm going to bring you the edit at the end because that is what will shift minds. I said, okay, but to be back in time to go to dinner, I made the reservations for 5 and it was already 4:30, but Haley wasn't back at the hotel. A couple of us called, but she didn't pick up. And she sent a text saying she was running late and she would meet us at the restaurant. She ended up coming close to 6. This is a 4:00 dinner reservation. So I talked to her later about being so late and managing her time better. Haley made an excuse, but I replied that this wasn't supposed to be a girls' trip. No, this was supposed to be a girls' trip, not so she could go run off and do her own thing without thinking of anyone else. She got pretty upset and flew back the next day. No, and we flew back the next day, but she kept quiet, and my sister said she saw her crying. I did text her later, but she left it on scene. My sister thinks I shouldn't have said that to her, But a couple of girls agree Haley shouldn't have been late. Am I the asshole? Taking just that. Just that. Is she an asshole?
Yes.
I don't think so.
Let's change Box's mind. Edit. It was to visit her late husband. That's who she was visiting at the cemetery. Clearly she doesn't live in this area anymore. Or they don't live in this area, or he was buried far away from her, or whatever, and so forth and so on. So this was her opportunity while she happened to be in the area to go visit and pay her respects to her very recently late dead
How
husband.
recently?
If I'm not mistaken, they get into it in the scrap here, and like it was recent enough to make that what. Like I said, people was kind of on her side first. Then she put that edit in. They was all like, "Get the fuck right out of here!" So you have one lovely pink comment right here, and it says, "She was paying respects to her husband she was widowed from." Holy hell, OP! Absolutely, you're the asshole. I can understand that this was that this was your bachelorette, but read the fucking room. It wasn't like she went off to pay respects to a dead celebrity buried nearby. It was literally her husband. Show a bit of compassion and grow the hell up.
She was probably fucked up after that. Like, her like not being able to get it together. Then like, oh yeah, she was crying. Like, what the fuck, OP?
Okay, Box. Let me clarify. He died 5 years ago.
That's long enough to where she can make it to dinner.
Okay.
Okay.
Like, look, if you know dinner's at 5 or whatever, 4 or whatever.
It was at 5.
Yeah, it was at 5. She was supposed to be back at the hotel. If you know all this when you leave, plan your grieving accordingly. He's already been gone for 5 years. Like, I get it. It's sad, and I'm not knocking someone for being sad and missing a loved one. But it's been 5 years, and you knew, like if someone were to tell me right now, like, say we hadn't cremated my grandmother, say we buried her, and I was going to go visit her gravesite, but I know I had to be somewhere this evening. I would be sad in the moment, but I know that I still have shit to do in my life, and, like, I have somewhere to be. Like, I appreciate the past. I reminisce, say hi, bye to loved ones. I get all that. But life does go on, and you know that you have somewhere to be.
She was an hour late to dinner that she probably certainly wasn't going to eat. Nah. You ain't need to even put all that. And y'all was going home the next day. All that shit was very unnecessary. And no, I disagree with you, and that's okay. We disagree on this one. That's okay. But Reddit don't. Reddit knows I'm right and call this bitch an asshole because that bitch is an asshole. How dare her? This one from last week that we didn't get a chance to get to, and I found it amusing, and Reddit seems to think it's amusing as well. So let's ride out with this one. It's kind of wetting a Jace. Wetting a Jace. Okay. Am I the asshole for not giving my newly engaged cousin my grandmother's engagement ring?
Yet again, I'm gonna say this person is an asshole.
Okay.
And not that I heard anything about this. Anytime it's like you got a family heirloom that somebody else gave you, and like obviously somebody else in your family could be using that at the moment. You gatekeeping. You an asshole.
I'm gonna go with
Daniel?
no, just to be different.
I knew you would.
I'll go out on the island.
So my 22 female cousin, Becky, 22
you didn't
female.
vote, D?
And for clarification's sake, as you get into the story, the Nuggets won. I won the bet. Let it rain. We eating good tonight, boys. I nailed all 6 legs of that parlay all by myself. Whoop, whoop, whoop.
Nice. Well done. So my 22 female cousin Becky, 22 female, got engaged over New Year's. When Becky's fiance asked my uncle's permission, my uncle offered my grandma's engagement ring. She died when we were 3 because he thought that he had the ring. The ring had already passed through 2 generations to get to my grandmother, so he wanted to continue the tradition. The ring wasn't willed to anyone, nor did she verbally say who she wanted the ring to go to, as far as I'm aware. But my uncle thought that he had it because he was the oldest brother. Anyway, it turns out that after my grandmother died, in the process of clearing out her flat and stuff, my dad ended up with her engagement ring and wedding band. Over COVID lockdown, we were having a clear out to see what we could donate to charity shops, and we found the rings with some of my grandma's other stuff in the attic. I paid to have the ring cleaned, replayed it, and have the settings checked. I now wear the ring fairly regularly because since starting my career after uni, I've started to wear more jewelry because I think it's a simple way of looking more put together and polished. My uncle, aunt, and cousin were both only children. We're both only children, okay? Have been hunting around the house for the rings since late October, and Becky's fiance proposed with some costume jewelry. My parents and I didn't know any of this at the time. Over the weekend, Becky and had her engagement party. I wore the ring, not thinking much of it because it went with what I was wearing, a green velvet jumpsuit. Of course, Becky and my uncle recognized the ring right away and accusing my dad of stealing it from under them when my grandma died. He was there first, and my parents did the majority of the packing because she lived closer to us, and accusing me of wearing it to spite them.
Mm.
And telling me that I ruined the evening and demanded that I give the ring over. I told them I didn't even know you were looking for the ring, and if you had mentioned it to me or my parents, we could have told you that we had the ring. I don't want to give her the ring because I consider it my ring. It ended up with my dad, and he gave it to me. 2, I paid for it to be resized, cleaned, replated, settings fixed. 3, it's my most favorite, most worn piece of jewelry because I like how it looks and the sentimental value of it being my grandma's because I don't really remember her, so it helps me feel connected to her. And my grandma expressed no preference to who the ring went to. They argue that Becky should get the ring because she's the daughter of the eldest son. My aunt is the only girl and currently has no children or plans to get married. And Becky got engaged first, so she should get the ring for that. That is where that wraps up at.
Well, I guess I was wrong. They didn't steal it. She had the ring maintenance and upgraded, so she pretty much paid a purchase price for that ring. It is hers. Um, the dad just or the uncle just sounds a little butthurt. You'll get over it, dude.
Or you won't, and nobody's worried about it, but you.
You didn't help clean the flat, mate.
Mate. Box, you have any opinion on the matter?
I agree with what Anthony said. I mean, it seems pretty clear to me.
Yeah. Not the asshole. If he didn't know he didn't have the ring for 19 years, he doesn't deserve the heirloom. And not mentioning the missing item to his own brother shows his narcissism. I don't think he used that word right. For being eldest. Finally, no will. Finders keepers, sister. Keep wearing it in good faith. Next one beneath that. That was what I was thinking too. They, for 19 years, didn't realize they didn't have the ring. When you clear someone's house that you love, you remember that items you took and where they are. At least I do anyway. Wouldn't be interested in what a court would be interested in what a court would rule, as the argument would likely be that it's been safely in your dad's possession for years. What was then given to you by your dad, and you invested to have it made to fit you and be restored. I would be surprised if the ring was suddenly taken to give to another sibling's daughter who got it just because they got engaged first. So, I mean, like I said, it just goes from there. Reddit did not think this person was an asshole, and neither did I, for that matter. Like, come on, bro. This some bullshit. I don't know if that makes anybody a narcissist in that situation. Again, I think people have learned that word and they don't know what to fucking do with it at this point.
Yeah.
Little two loose lips on a narcissist
is the
lately.
2021 pomegranate. It's just what it's just a word everybody wants to call people.
Yeah. Oh. All right, people. Last one. Remember, this one has an update. So another wedding one. I really just went 3 for. Sorry, I didn't realize that.
All right.
Am I the asshole flipping out on my fiance for canceling all the vegan food options from our wedding food menu behind my back?
Say that one again.
Am I the asshole flipping out on my fiance for canceling all the vegan food options from our wedding food menu behind my back?
I'm gonna say yes. She's the asshole, or they're the asshole.
I'm gonna say yeah too, because to me this doesn't seem like a flip out situation, but yeah.
When you put the word vegan in there, it's just kind of spoils the situation.
I just feel like flip out is extreme compared to what I'd be annoyed, perturbed, but flip out.
My fiance, 31 male, and I, 25 female, are getting married soon. Yeah, I guess. There wasn't much that we disagreed on during the wedding planning except for food. Me and my family are vegans. And there are so many reasons why we chose this lifestyle, and one of them being that we have a history of health issues. My fiance and his family are the complete opposite. They're hardcore meat eaters, which is fine by me, obviously. However, when deciding on the wedding food menu, I wanted to add 4 or 5 vegan options. My fiance and his mom objected, saying it was a waste of money over food that isn't real food. They also argued that this would be offensive for their guests and suggested my vegan options just be the good old salads and appetizers. His mom wanted cupcakes. LOL. I said no because, for one, it's me and my family who's paying, and 2, I want to make my guests feel welcome and not be treated as second-class citizens by being served salad. My fiance made a face and said, "Isn't that what vegans eat?" I refused to argue about it and said it was final. The other day, I found out that he had canceled all the vegan options and took them off the menu completely and behind my back. I was seething. I called him at work, but he kept hanging up on me. I went straight to his workplace and confronted him there and just flipped out on him. He was stunned to see me. He at first said it was his mom's idea, then told me to go home because I was making a scene at the office. The fight continued at home, and he defended himself by saying that I sort of made him resort to this after I kept brushing off his thoughts and input and refusing to accommodate his family. But there were plenty of meat options. Why can't I get 4 or 5 vegan options when I'm paying for it? He yelled that it was his wedding too, not my family's. My family said it was fine and they'll figure it out. And I told me to let it go, but I refused. Am I the asshole for putting my foot down on this? This is update 1. This is an update that's in line with this thing, and there's a whole separate update after this. Update. So his mom messaged me earlier to try to get me to listen to what she had to say after I kept ignoring her phone calls. She spent long walls of text just to address what I did at her son's workplace, calling it all kinds of stuff from immature to unhinged. She then went to explain how she's noticed that me and my family kept acting dismissive of her son's input and contributions to the wedding. She said that she noticed my behavior toward him and her entire family and wanted to speak up earlier, but didn't, and tried to keep the peace. She then went on to address the food menu issue and denied her involvement in the cancellation of the vegan options, but that didn't mean she doesn't support her son's decision. Moreover, she thought it was too responsible. It was so, excuse me, she thought it was so responsible for him to make that move because of my continued refusal to see how this stuff is a waste of money. She also pointed how I kept saying I paid for it and said that technically this isn't just my money, it's mine and his because we're getting married. She suggested I wisen up and get rid of my money I paid for it mentality. She finally mentioned how bad this whole situation is making me look. She said that she and her son had already offered a number of compromises that I chose to brush off and decided to make it my weird hill to die on. She said that not only her son is upset, but she and the family are as well after hearing about it and suggested I just agree on the compromise and be done with it. This pissed me off beyond belief. I responded by letting her know that I'm standing my ground on this, even if I have to call the whole wedding off because of it. Because honestly, this is just ridiculous. It is. My mom and dad, they don't even know what to say anymore. Apparently, my fiance saw my response to her, he's with her, and is now trying to call me right now. I'm waiting on him to get home, and we'll see if he's still insisting on the stance he took. I'll update anything worth adding after we talk.
Everybody sucks.
I disagree.
Fuck no.
I feel
Go
like the fiance's family is power playing on this woman over something that really doesn't fucking matter. It's not affecting their experience in the wedding, their family. Her family has documented need to eat this lifestyle, according to her, and a couple fucking options for her family. It's emerging. Like, you have to accommodate everyone in these lives, and I just don't get why the people who eat meat just don't want to let the people eat fucking vegetables. Like, I'm simplifying the menu, but like, you get the point. Like, why are you trying to take away from them? Just to what end? Like, I will say the one caveat to this is I don't understand why they're getting 4 or 5 menu options, because every wedding I've ever been to has never had more than like chicken, maybe fish or beef, and like a lasagna. But that's not relevant. But yeah,
maybe they
and the 4 to 5 options might be a main, a
dessert.
Okay, that makes sense.
So
but I was thinking, like, were you going to offer them like eggplant parm and, like, I was like, what's the limit here?
But they can't have eggplant parm if they're vegan, right?
Yeah. This notion that it somehow is offensive to have vegan options. How, Sway? Who's that offending? And I guess if you're offended by food, you probably... This is one of the situations where in normal situations, I have to be like, do not marry this man.
Okay, how about that? Instead of me saying everybody sucks, that's what I more meant, that they need to break up. Because
correct. This is one of the ones where we got to be trill and be like, y'all shouldn't be together. I'm gonna give you a couple.
Ain't nothing in the world worth a lifetime of not liking somebody else's family. They starting off on the wrong fucking foot. Please leave this dude. Even if you still like him, like dealing with somebody else's parents that you don't like for a lifetime, it is not worth it. It's plenty of fish in the sea. Please go have some char, baby.
We got a couple of pin comments here. One of them says, "It's from your little birdie, not the asshole. And for the love of God, don't marry this man." Another one says, "It's not really about the meat. It's about control." And this was not a glow in the dark one, but it made me chuckle. I'm on my knees begging her to see the giant red flags. Oh my gosh. But as I told you, there's one more glow in the dark comment. I'll give you the update. This is from Holdfast02, a colorectal surgeon in these asshole streets, because he's been there. He has responded, I guess, to 31 posts, so he's up in the ranks here. Not the asshole. So he, 1, has no clue what vegans actually eat, no interest in learning. 2, believes having food for your family is offensive to theirs, while having no food for your family is perfectly fine. 3, doesn't respect your input or your money. 4, makes decisions about matters important to you behind your back. 5, either can't stand up to his mom or uses her as his scapegoat. That's a lot of things to really be angry about. Why are you marrying this guy again? Yeah. So let me give you the update. Update. Am I the asshole for flipping out on my fiance for canceling all the vegan food options and our wedding food behind our back? Blah, 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 blah. Didn't realize how long that title was. So the talk didn't go well. I waited for him to come home so we could have a final conversation about it, but he still insisted on his stance. For more details, his family are a bit on the heavy side. Most of them are obese. Nothing wrong with that. They're perfectly within their right to decide how to live, but they get easily offended at the mention of the words weight and food. I tried so hard to focus on the issue at hand, but I noticed there was a pattern of behavior. He said it wasn't true and that this was just an attempt for me to throw past conflicts at him in order to win the current one. He claimed he tried to reason with me about why and how his guests might see those vegan options as offensive. He also said that his family loved food and consider it a big deal, and how he didn't want his family to feel like there's certain options that they couldn't touch, and feel that there's differences in how I treat them versus how I treat my family. He then went on to explain how it's just an event and how my family should just accept what's on the menu, and if they felt inconvenienced, so what? It's just a one-time thing. They're not going to die if they had a salad and appetizers. Jesus goddamn Christ. I get madder as I read it. What he said wasn't good enough reason for me, because his folks are going to think and say what they want. But at the end of the day, it is my wedding. And to be honest, realizing that my partner himself thinks it's okay to steamroll my opinions and decisions simply because he's prioritizing others and their opinions over me was really upsetting and not something that could be looked past. Normally, I'm a person of rational discussion and compromise. I'm all about compromise. I compromise on much bigger matters than just food. But like people said, it's not about the food anymore, if it ever was. He'd literally lose nothing if he let me have what I wanted. But apparently he wasn't willing to lose it at all. He was willing to lose it all over this, which is fine by me. I gave him back the ring, called everything off. I just couldn't envision myself living like this any longer. Having to walk on eggshells for his family and letting him basically override my opinions and have the final say no matter what. Marriage is about compromise, and here he has nothing to lose, yet chose to do this to me and my family. Mind you, this is my first serious relationship, and I didn't know what to expect, but it's safe to say that he and his mom and family did make it feel like I was taking crazy pills on so many occasions, so that's that. Last thing he said was that I chose my family over him and ended everything between for the sake of keeping them happy. Decision's been made and it's done. Just wanted to give an update to those who wanted it. Thank you so much for your endless stream of advice and support.
It's made the right call, I think.
So thank the maker. Those two are. What's up? That's a good call. Yeah, I was about to say thank the maker. That those two did not become a couple because no. Yeah, as she pointed out, she didn't say fuck your food. She said I'd like more food for my family so they could eat. You can have all the food you want, anything you want, baby. That's yours on my dime. But I need some vegan options for my vegan family. So I'm not taking anything from you, and in fact, I'm offering more because who knows? Somebody from your squad might sample some of this vegan shit and be like, "Oh, that's hitting," because it happens. That is a burn the house down situation right there. Damn, I'm glad they broke up. And then I'm gonna find out it was like an episode of The Office or some shit years from now. And I'm talking about it. You know how these things go. I get so worked up.
It was Dharma and Greg.
What'd you say? Dharma and Greg. Yeah, well, much more bloody likely. So that's what that would be. So, but there you go, people. Let's run you through our entertainment, and we'll
Yeah, I wonder
stick a
where
fork in
Jenna
this
Elfman is these
episode.
days.
She be on like those procedurals and shit.
You
now.
know, she was a Scientologist for a while, and
'Cause I know
swore
the
that Scientology
That's a name
got
I
her
haven't
off her
thought of in so
addiction to
long.
weed. And I was like, addicted to weed? Really? You are not. But that's what she has spoke so highly of Scientology for that. But yeah, if you find out what Jen Elfman's up to, you let me know. And if
Looks
she's still a
like she
Scientologist, I'd
did
like to
an
know that as
episode of
well.
The Twilight Zone in 2020, 4 episodes of Talking Dead. She was on Fear the Walking Dead, 39 episodes back in. It could be still. I don't know. I don't watch Fear the Walking Dead. She's done some random TV shows, like 13 episodes of this, 13 episodes of that, 7 episodes of this, 18 episodes of some other shit. So she does like minor TV roles here and there, and she's done like a couple movies in the last 15 years. 3 movies in the last 14 years.
Hey, she's still active, and that means she still has her SAG card and her insurance. So that's good to know. Good on you, Dharma. In the realm of entertainment, I watched the movie You People. Ant had watched the movie You People. Box has not watched it. He intends to watch it by the time we record this again. So we'll give you a little more in-depth discussion about You People next week. But I very much enjoyed that movie, and I think you might enjoy it too. And if you want to be down with the discussion, give it a watch. And next week, send in your points of discourse on it. So we'll go around with that. The theater I go to was announced that it was closing, and so Vanessa and I went one last time to watch a movie there, and got to watch Everything Everywhere All at Once on the big screen. It was amazing on the big screen. Saw things that I certainly had missed watching on the television over here, and it was fun. And also every time I
Did
watch
they
that movie, I discover
re-release it,
something else
or
about
was
it that I
it
had
just
missed
still in
before.
theaters?
It's a re-release because the Oscars. So it's back in theaters again right now. And I would tell you right now, people, check out Everything Everywhere All at Once. It's a fucking amazing movie. Honestly, God, it's one like, well, it's why it has the most Oscar nominations this year. So it's not without evidence to back that up. Sunday, I went to go the old Crocker and saw Avatar: Way of Water IMAX 3D. High frame rate version, if you're wondering. I saw the high frame rate version. That movie is a perfectly pleasant 7 of a movie. But in 3D, with all that sound and shit popping, easily an 8.5, 9. It is gorgeous in ways that defy expectation and explanation. And you're like, how is this possible? What computers is you using to make this shit? Because the vast majority of that movie is CG. And basically, yeah, there are humans there, but everything them humans is walking around in ain't there either. And none of it looks that way. It doesn't look like, oh, that's green. That's clearly green. That's green. None of it looks that way. That shit looks realistic as fuck and real as fuck. And seeing it in 3D is the way to see it. I now wish I could see the original Avatar in 3D because I think little of that movie because I've only seen it on my TV and I just thought it was like, really wasn't nothing going on there. But it's probably that you had to see that bitch in 3D to fully get the get. You should see that movie in 3D. You should see it probably in IMAX or your best Dolby Vision. You see that in the best way you can see it. The highest quality, highest caliber situation you can see that shit in. Watch it like that. Pay the money, pay your fare, and be taken aback and astounded by that movie because that's how it was. It was just shocking. The movie itself, kind of mediocre. Some of the character, some of the acting, kind of mediocre. But it's the visuals. It is the seeing of that thing. They said they bring back Titanic in 3D, and I'm gonna see that shit in 3D at IMAX too. I'm hype off of that shit now. This is the way, people. I'm letting you know. Last episode on HBO we talked about a little bit ago. This past Sunday's episode was one of the finest episodes of television I've ever watched in my life. and that's as a guy that is a pretty big fan of the video game. Not as big as fan as Ant, who plays that like every year
Oh,
at this point.
it's paused right
But
now.
I very much. Oh shit! I very much enjoy that game, and this show is doing. It really is good. And Box, we need to get you some HBO access because it's worth your time. Um, the game I talked about last week, Hi-Fi Rush, it was a shadow drop from Microsoft event. I finished last night. A 9 out of 10 game, certainly. If you have an Xbox Series X or S and or PC and Game Pass, you should play that game. That game is beautiful. I have so many screen grabs. I kept just hitting the damn take the picture button on that damn Xbox the entire time I played the game because it's so pretty. Plays amazingly, sounds amazing. A great game all around. I wish I could get the focus like I needed to.
I just see
Wow, it's so
Dan's
good.
face.
So I'm telling you right now, get down with that. And of course, Marvel Snap. I still play the shit on Marvel Snap because I love that game. There you go. That is what I've been up to, gentlemen. What have y'all been up to in the realms of entertainment?
Sports, wrestling. I did watch like an episode and a quarter of that Poker Face show. The
I want to see that. That looks
yeah,
good.
so
Ryan
yeah,
Johnson.
for those who don't know, that Ryan Johnson is the guy who made Knives Out and Glass Onion, and so this show stars Natasha Lyonne. It kind of feels like Matlock mixed with Knives Out.
It's kind of what
really?
Ryan Johnson described it as. So that's neat that you. Yeah. So how funny.
No, that's dope. I'll give it a try. More not likely now that you've said that.
Did you? I watched Glass Onion. I don't know if I talked about Glass Onion last week. I watched that like a week or so back. Box. I really enjoyed Glass Onion. But then I pulled out my 4K copy of Knives Out and rewatched it. And Glass Onion cannot compete. Great movie.
I like Knives Out better, but I still think Glass Onion's a solid movie. I just think Knives Out's better.
Yeah. So I would tell you, you can enjoy them both for very different reasons. So get down with that, people. If you were down with Ryan Johnson's work. And I just like Ryan Johnson.
I was just about to say, I enjoy the fact that we have someone who's writing compelling, like murder mystery, whodunit, sleuth type stuff. Like it's a genre that was, real popular when I was growing up. Like it was a lot of the stuff that my grandmother watched, and I feel like the world kind of shifted to more of a sci-fi type of entertainment, and now it's like Ryan Johnson's kind of bringing back a little bit of a semi-lost genre. If you don't include things like Law and Order and NCIS and shit like that, like cop shows, this is more of a detective kind of whodunit thing.
Yeah. Did you ever watch Sherlock? BBC Sherlock on Netflix?
No.
Fantastic. Just fantastic. Benedict Cumberbatch, Doctor Strange is plays Sherlock Holmes, and your man from The Hobbit plays Watson, and it's very good. And so it's on Netflix. So I mean, you got it already. You can say if you're into mystery and feeling your mystery on, check out Sherlock on BBC Sherlock on Netflix. Very, very good. Ant-Man, what about you, sir?
Well, I finished my my book of the week, Quentin Tarantino's Cinema Speculation. It was a good read, which led me to watching, searching down some of the movies he mentioned. I was able to find Rolling Thunder on Tubi, which was okay. It's funny watching movies from the 70s with unnecessary boobs and butts and blood. And I also watched I watched The Last of Us. I watched some reruns of Abbott. I've been playing The Last of Us again because I was stuck on this one part, which is like the game's not like really difficult, but there's certain parts that really fuck with you. The part I was not necessarily stuck on, but I had put down the sticks for a minute on, was where like you in this burnt out restaurant that's burning down, and you gotta pretty much hunt down this dude who's hunting down you inside of this abandoned restaurant. And like when you stab him the first time, it gets like harder and harder to find him, and he's hunting you down more and more, and that shit was getting aggravating. And I was just like, let's take a breather. And I put that shit down for at least a month and played Streets of
wow.
Rage every day. But also watched I think it's called Shrinking on
I want to watch that. I just saw a preview of it on on Twitter yesterday, and I was like, how did I not know
yeah,
about this? It's Bill Lawrence from Scrubs and Ted Lasso. Jason
Siegel, you heard?
Siegel. Yeah. So I definitely
Oh
want to
yeah, I
watch
saw the
that.
commercial for that the other day.
It was okay. I know like my one complaint about it was like it was pretty good. I would give it like a 6.5 or a 7 out of 10. Um and I know I haven't watched the second episode, but um I don't love when you like try to fit too much music into it like a show. Like I don't
That's
yeah,
all the Apple TV shit. They have this budgets to burn, and so they be putting music every which way. There's so much music I done found because of Ted Lasso and that Maya
yeah.
Rudolph show. Like just a lot of music that I have a playlist for shit like that, and like I just be like, okay,
Like
fuck with that, fuck with that.
don't try to
So
dictate my mood through music. Like chill out a little bit.
it's literally what it's
I
for, though.
understand, but that don't make me like it.
Yeah,
Like it just that shit it bugs me. Like I'm able to, you know, convey my own emotions, and like they really like they. It was this one part where it just get on my nerves, and it like shows like this where it's like, how do I say this? I hate what happens to one character like in the first episode, and
okay,
it pisses me off. And when you watch it, we'll talk about it then.
okay,
But
cool. I just watched the most recent. I just watched the most recent episode of Abbott earlier today, and it was so fucking funny. And I like how they are slowly but surely softening up Ava a little bit,
yeah,
but in their own way, their very own way. And somebody put a good chunk of an episode of Blackish on TikTok where Junior got his
oh
chain
yeah,
stole. And I just was like, I don't remember this episode. So I jumped on Hulu and watched that right quick too. So I saw that episode of Blackish today, and it was a damn fine episode. So it's very, very good. But that's what's been popping in the realm of entertainment, people. And that is your show for the week. You know what the deal is. Most of what you need is right up top. But just as a reminder, feel free to give us a call, 216-264-6311. That's 216-264-6311. We would certainly love to hear from you. And until we do, that's Tatum 216.
good night, ching ching.
That's Lunchbox 2099.
Never duplicated. Often here.
I am Tay-Rail 713. We do this every week. We'll see you again next time. You've just been podcasting, and I know you loved it.
What happened to your ass? It used to be beautiful.